Hello, this is Christine with the Foundation. I have an updated video for 2019, video for registration tutorial. There's just a few different little things, but it's mostly the same, but I just wanted to show you some few new features and updates. So it's again like a shopping cart. If you know which trips you want to go on and you just want to find them quickly, there's two ways to do it. There's here this tab session list where each trip is listed here, and you can click on it and get more information and add them to your cart in that way, or you can go onto the calendar where they have each trip listed on the date that it is. Now note that if you are going on a trip that's maybe an A, B, or C, each of the trips is going to be on the date that it actually occurs. So there's also this great feature here. I've bundled each of the trips numbers into tens so that you can find a trip more easily by just looking at these subset of trips, because it only will list 10 at a time. So it makes it easier to find which trips that you want, and I want 62, and I am going to, so I'm going to click, so I'm going to add it to my cart. Myself and my daughter are going to be going, so I click an adult price and a child price and add it to the cart. You see, here it is. If there were two of us going, two adults, then I'd switch this to 2. And then here's the child. So if I had 2 children, I'd switch that to 2 children, etc. So make sure to update the quantity in your cart. And then I'm going to unclick that so that I can click on, in the 30s, I'm going to go on trip number 35. And I'm going to go with my husband. So I'll add an adult to the cart, and I'm going to change the quantity then to 2, because we have 2 adults going on that. So don't press continue until you have everything in your cart the way that you want it. Of course, you can delete if you made a mistake, changing the quantity to what you need. Press continue. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit different than what you've seen before. So here this is going to say account lookup. Now this is doesn't have anything to do with your membership, nor does it have anything to do with the member code on the back. So you're going to put in your email address, and then click next. So when I sign in, it's going to ask me for my password. Now this is not the member code on the back of your booklet. If you registered with us last year in 2018, then you created a password at the end of your registration. You're going to need that password, and that's what you're going to enter here. If you forgot your password, you can click here, forgot your password, and it will email you where you can update what your password is and then use that here. Now remember, you do have 10 minutes of inactivity, that you will be holding your trips in your cart for 10 minutes. So you do have time to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to actually pretend like I am somebody new and sign in. Oops, well, that's not new, is it? And then what it will ask you is if you've read the policies. That's just from our registration software system. So then the next thing here is that it will break out down each of the spaces that you have into separate places here. And you're going to be assigning names to each one. So you're going to look here and see 62A is an adult. So who is attending? Christine Tanzer, and then it's going to ask for a birthday. Now, it's completely fine if you would not like to give us your real birthday. That's fine with us. You can just put January 1st of 2000. Now, if for children, we would like you to put a birthday in that is either their real birthday or something very close to it. And I'm registering myself in this instance, so I'm going to say myself and continue. Sorry about the slow internet, but like I said, trips are secured, so you're okay here. So this is 62A, a child price. So I don't see her name here, so I'm going to register a child. Well, that might be confusing. So her name is child. So And then her birthday is, and here it's going to ask if I'm the person's parent or legal guardian. Just check the box. It's okay if you are not their parent or legal guardian. If you're a grandparent or you're bringing a friend's child, that's completely fine with us. This is just software that is that's normally for summer camps, so it asks us that question. But it's okay if you're not the parent or legal guardian. Okay, so this is a next trip 35, an adult going, and I am going. So I just click myself and it'll fill that in for me. Sorry about the slow internet here. And then again, I said my husband was going with me, so his name isn't on the list right now. So I'm going to put his name in here. And again, it's fine to put January 1st of 2000. And then I'll press continue. Now, then it's going to go to the registration forms where I'm going to add the contact information to each person. Before I do that, what I'd like to do is usually just go up and see if everything is correct. And if there's something I need to change, like I put the wrong name for somebody, I could push edit. If I accidentally put in the wrong trip, remove. And then up here is add sessions, which means that I can add on a trip if I forgot something. Remember, you have 4 trips per person. So this is me, and it's asking me for my phone number and cell phone. Now, we didn't make cell phone required, but we really would like you to enter your cell phone numbers. That way we can get a hold of you if there is something last minute that we need to talk with you about or let you know if there was a change in plans. And, oops, that is not the right state, is it? We live in Wisconsin. And then the next thing is it's going to ask you about membership. Now remember that field trips are only open to current members of the foundation and their guests. It's okay for your guest to not be a member of the foundation if it's just 1 or 2, not a whole group, but it's really this program is for families. But if you are a member, you will have a passcode that was then you press yes here, and you could enter. This is where you enter your member code. This is the code that was on the back of your booklet or in your donation confirmation email if you just became a member online. If you are not currently a member and you select no, then a $25 membership donation will be added to your order. Just one single donation, not for everybody in your party, but you answer this question the same for everyone. So this is obviously not the real passcode, but it's what I'm using for now. And that again, our member code, remember that member code is on the back of your field trip guidebook. Okay, and this is my daughter. It's going to pre-fill her form in already because she's a minor. And again, I will click yes and use the same member code for her, as well as everybody else in my party if I'm a member, and then I would click no for everyone in my party if I'm not a member. Okay, and here's my husband. Again, I would encourage you to put in his cell phone, and then also your guests' email addresses. Obviously, it might pre-fill this in with your address. If you have a guest that does not live with you, please update this into their address as well. And again, because he is my guest, I'm going to click yes that he is a current member of the foundation as well. And I know it seems like a lot. We have to have all the information of everyone that is going to be attending because this is what populates our rosters, and we do need to know who is on each trip, each name and information for who is on each trip. Now, this is going to be for my daughter. It's asking who the primary guardian is for her. Now, because if you are bringing a grandchild or somebody that's not your child, go ahead and fill in their parents' contact information there for us. Then press continue. We are almost done, I promise. Here's a waivers and agreements. Now we do have a liability and a photo permission waiver that you can click on this and you can read it if you'd like. This is going to be for my daughter because she is a minor, and then this is just for the registration site themselves. You can go ahead and write your signature there or type it if you so like. You will also be signing the waiver too when you at the beginning of the field trip. When you arrive, you'll be signing a waiver roster at that time. So it doesn't have to be anything too particularly official there. So here we'll review the cart, and again, you'll have a chance to edit or remove any trips or add something if you need to make a change. And here, paying with a credit card, and you go ahead and fill in this information. I would like it if you would click this and store the card for future use. That way, if you're on a waiting list or you decide you want to add on a trip, we're able to more easily accommodate you and help get you on a trip. If you have billing information, if your billing is different than your checking, this is where you would make some, billing is different, address is different than what you've already entered. This is where you would make changes. And again, because I was new, this is where I would create that password that I would use next year for registration. Really? Such a polished video, I know. Just making it through just like you would. Okay, and then we get our transaction is completed. And here we get an order summary. This just is the amount paid. Now, if you want to have see more detail, you click on the see summary, see detail. And it has more of the information, payment information, and you could print that out. You'll also be getting an email with the same information in it, as well as emails 2 weeks before the trip dates with details and directions for each of the trips that you're going on. So I hope that was informational for you, and sorry about the bad internet, but hopefully we'll see you out in the field with us, and we look forward to it. Take care.